Look at that abrupt ending.
Rusty much?
Rusty much? Holy smokes. Sorry about that. With a well, hi, welcome. It's been a minute. It's been several weeks, Eddie.
It's been a while, man.
And
Where have you been?
We've been it's like I've been everywhere, man. It's what it feels like. So
Sir.
You guys deal with the voice a little bit. There's not much left of it. But we're going to give it a try. I think there's so much to recap. I didn't want to go another week. And I think it was important that we just share some of our enthusiasm, kind of get together, hang out, and talk a little bit of V-Dub, talk a little bit of racing, talk a little bit off-roading, talk about coming episodes, and just wanted to kind of reconnect with y'all. Hi, Miss Esleton. Kaylee's first into the show today, guys. Appreciate it. See the group already growing. Thank you so much for kind of tuning in. It's been a minute. Yeah, we're just gonna have some fun today. We're gonna talk a lot of different stuff. Congratulations on a few things. Talk about basically the life and trials of DJ Eddie Express, and everything that we're working on around here, and then basically get you guys up to speed on where we're going and what we're doing, and some of the stuff that we'd like to see in the future. So without further ado, first, I think it's super important. As many of you guys know, this class 11 thing that got us kind of started here during the pandemic, kept some sanity, not only for us, but for some of our friends and families and whatnot around the hobby and industry. Also, kickstarted a business, and all the things that we've been doing over this last 18 months kind of coming to culmination. And with that being said, one of our very own, Blake Wilkey, winning the More Triple Crown Series, the overall point series and championship. Just 5 races, 5 wins. The guy's an animal, and a big tip of the cap to Blake and to Kevin, and everybody that's involved in this stuff, whether it's Timmy with the power plants and after hours and long work. I mean, everything that went into building these cars, this was the first thing to really kind of stamp the quality, the craftsmanship, the labor of love, the efforts, the long nights, the splintered fingers, the hurt feelings, and everything that goes along with it. So a big shout out to Blake and our fellow teammate Blake and Kevin Butts. Those guys were wild ride. I know you guys, many of you have watched some of the stuff that's come along the pipeline, the articles that were written and everything else. So it's just really cool to finally see that come to fruition. And then proving the empty product line, the parts that are taking a beating are definitely improvement. And that's really what really prompted that whole build, was to showcase where these parts were going, where we're going in the future, and the things that we're doing. So super excited about that. I think it puts a validation mark on the product. It shows that not a single race was a DNF due to a product failure. It shows that the MP engine parts, products, and whatnot that Sletton Engineering is using to build these bullets, these things are lasting, they're living, and they're winning, and they're podiuming them. So tip of the cap to all the boys. Great job, fellas. Blake, thank you for what you did for us, and great relationship we've had so far, and can't wait to see the future. So as you can see, guys, like I said, the voice is about shot.
It's gonna be a short episode, I could already tell. Yeah, man.
There's so much to cover, though, and I think there's just, and I'm not going down the off-road rabbit hole as some people may assume or think. We just want to keep it going. So but we just want to cover it, man. There's so much stuff that's been going on. So give you a rundown, right? So we were in Las Vegas for the NHRA Divisional Series. Before that, we went right back the following weekend for the NHRA National at Las Vegas. That rolled right into SEMA. Then that rolled right into Pomona. And now we're rolling right into the Baja 1000. So it's just been a crazy 6 weeks. I mean, just to give an idea of where we've been at and what we've been working on. So let's see. So from that, we'll roll right into everybody getting ready to leave for Baja. The Negrete family and their 5/1600 car, they're leading the points and really just hoping for them to finish strong. They've had great success this year. First time, rookie season, rookie driver of the year potential with Larry Larry Jr. at the helm, wheeling it, and then the whole family just kind of pitching in. So that they're getting ready to head out. They have contingency tomorrow in Ensenada. And then a big shout out to the GHA team with Alex Gonzalez, Clyde, and Tim and Pete. Those guys leading the points in Class 11. So both these are MP backed cars. The GHA team has won the 400 and the 500, and they do a three-peat and win the 1,000. I mean, this race looks insane. It's over 1,200 miles. I mean, somebody shared something earlier today. I think it was Pete that basically said that they're racing an off-road desert race from Southern California to South Dakota, Sturgis, South Dakota. So, and they're doing it. And I think the time limit for Class 11 is like, let's say 50 hours or something crazy. It's nuts. So
that's pretty cool.
Just to finish the 1,000 in an 11. I mean, you beat to a different drum to attempt it.
You got to be a beast.
Yeah, it's to say the least. Those boys are wealth. Both teams are well strategized. They have a great game plan, and they're going to execute. And I'm really hoping that that these guys can execute and finish kind of the season off right and accomplish the goals that we're hoping for. So. Holy smokes, we actually got a guest logging in. That's pretty cool. It actually worked. Oh my goodness. We'll get to his segment in a minute. You guys overrated. But yeah, super pumped. I encourage you guys, Score International on Facebook will be live streaming the race. Tomorrow, I know that the Negrete family will be going across the podium. These are hometown boys. These guys are working 9-to-5 jobs. They are living their form of motorsports, right? Of what they're into. Not everybody's a drag racer. Not everybody's a car show guy. Not everybody's an off-road guy, but each his own. And these guys are doing what they do together as a family. 3 generations doing this in one pool, man. They've got Grandpa, the champ, AKA the champ. The dad, the uncle, and then of course Larry Jr. And they're going hard at this, man. And I'm really pulling for them. I encourage you guys to just watch what they're doing, hang out with them, pull for them, give them a little fingers crossed, say a little prayer, whatever your thing is. Give these guys some love, man. Same with this, with Tim and Alex Gonzalez and GHA team. Those guys are doing things for an orphanage down there. Those are the people that we want to align ourselves with and work together with and keep things rolling along as best we possibly can. And those guys are giving back to the community. So I'm super excited for them and really where they're going and what they're doing. So, stay tuned, man. It's going to be pretty awesome to see. So great to see everybody kind of chiming in. Ricky Silver chiming in. Better keep it going. You helped the Class 11 a ton. And you know what, man? I just try to do our part here. It was a great way to start sharing our enthusiasm to kind of elevate and rejuvenate a class. Sometimes it takes a little bit of money to pump it into the class. Sometimes it takes personalities. Blake's personality and the kookiness of it all, I think, was a huge driving factor, and we just wanted to support that and run along with it. And then it works benefits, like I said, for us to be able to test product and to showcase that things that we're building here and the new MP are paying dividends. So very cool to see. Eric Haley, thanks for chiming in. Andy Kimball, how are you, buddy? Got some stuff coming down the pipeline for you. I'm very jealous you guys got to go out and ride some mountain bikes today. Thank you very much. Thanks for rubbing it in. I know that we actually had a discussion about that today at lunch. Eddie said he won't ride with you guys anymore. He says he's done riding motorcycles. Done riding with guys with e-bikes. So he's a hater, but hopefully he'll be joining the Orbea group very soon. So very cool to see the rest of you guys chiming in all the way from New Zealand. We got guys coming in from Texas. Very cool. Thank you guys. That's all I can say is thank you guys. This stuff like this kind of supports what we're doing. We're a 5-star rated podcast on iTunes. We keep pumping stuff out. We keep putting out new content, and we're a little bit behind. We're a little bit behind, but we got the catalog monkey off our back. It's another touching point, and we're just kind of rolling along with it. So
I gotta go bring one. We gotta show.
Yeah, grab one of those while you're out. So we're kicking things off, and I know we got Datasaurus in the lobby here, but we're gonna go ahead and bring him in. Let's see if this works. Hey, look who joined us today, guys. Cameron. I'm a lucky dude weekend. I mean, what a weekend, my friend. Joining us too as well. I know that the Negrettes are busy working on the call. Hopefully they'll join the show here soon. We sent them the link, but they're busy thrashing last minute stuff. I know Cameron's busy being a dad right now at home, kind of hanging out, roaming around. But
yeah, sorry for the crying baby, but we'll work around it.
No worries, man. I see guys like Eric Haley kind of chiming in here and whatnot. I mean, have you been able to digest the weekend?
Honestly, not really, because it's I mean, like you, it's just been such a whirlwind like last month and a half, and putting so much stuff together so quickly was phenomenal, and I don't think it could have gone any better other than a full-on win, and we got really damn close to that. So, it just, I mean, dissecting it, you try to, and then you just have to pinch yourself the whole time. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to doing more and getting out there and continuing to fly the MP flag and, to let everybody know that, we're out there just trying to fight the good fight. So,
yeah. And like I said, I think everybody loves a good underdog story, man, and you're living it. I mean, the kid's got babies at his ankles. He's in between.
Yeah, she's gonna be on the show here in a minute. There she is.
There she is, my girl Blair right there. Hi, little baby Blair.
Say hi.
But it's just, I mean, that just shows you the level. This guy's working 2 different jobs, living life, 2 kids, and trying to make his way, man. And that's something that I think a lot of people commented. There wasn't a single negative comment, Cam, from anybody. I saw a great write up in Competition Plus saying, you're like the guy that everybody wants to root for. You're just that soft spoken underdog story. I mean, what do you think pays a tribute to that?
It's just been a lot of hard work, and like, it's one of those things. It's I guess it's just because I didn't come from the racing world. Like when growing up, everybody always wants to be the guy that's on TV and driving Top Fuel or NASCAR or whatever it is. And a lot of the kids and the people that are doing it, they're my age or growing up, either had a family member or their dad or their uncle or their cousin or their brother or whatever. Somebody was somebody, and it's been pretty cool to kind of go from a nobody Surfer Joe kid, from Huntington Beach to an actual professional race car driver. So it's been pretty cool. And I guess that's why people resonate to it, because they can relate to me. And I mean, yeah, here I am holding my daughter on my hip, and my son fell asleep on the couch mid sentence. So, cause he's wiped out from the weekend too. But I mean, that's just part of it, I mean, we're just out here trying to do our thing. So, yeah,
she's not
real life right here.
Yeah, that's about as real as it gets, guys. I mean, it's cool just that it actually worked out. I didn't even expect you to make it on the show today. We're just basically doing a full recap of kind of just basically how crazy it's been over the last 6 weeks. I mean, you and I have spent a ton of time back and forth in Vegas, at SEMA, and then at Pomona, and it's just like, it's nuts. I mean, not only you doing stuff, you got your wife in the car going rounds at Pomona. I mean, I think just the magic that was shared, and I think the raw emotion. If you guys haven't had a chance to watch the replay yet from Fox Sports on TV, and you see that first round win at Pomona, was just, I don't even know how to describe it to people.
It's crazy because Pomona is kind of like, I started my career there in a junior dragster, and I won my first round there in a race car, and it's just kind of like ever since then. And that's where I fell in love with the sport was Pomona on my dad's shoulders when I was 8 years old in the stands. And to go from that to literally being in the semifinals in a Top Fuel dragster is pretty crazy. So I mean, it's crazy. I just love Pomona so much. I hope they never get rid of it, because it's such an iconic place, and it's my house. So it's I've won there in Super Comp. I've gone to a finals there in A Fuel, and semifinals in Top Fuel now. So we're ready to take it one step further and hopefully make it happen pretty soon.
It's
in February.
Finals is definitely a magical spot. I mean, you get the early sunset, you get the 3-foot header flames, you get the SoCal weather. She is a camper. Give her something to chew on, man.
Sorry, she spit her binky out. And then she was like latched onto my leg like a koala bear, and I couldn't get her off. So,
yeah, it happens.
yeah.
Icy does that sometimes too. So.
Yeah.
But
there you go.
You know, man, it's really cool to see the following, right? I mean, you know, we've been friends a long time, but at the same time, just to watch that following grow and buy into the story of you, dude. That's what's you're the same dude off the track. You're the same dude in the driving suit. You're the same dude behind the wheel of the 11,000 horsepower money burning, and you're
That's
the
right.
same dude that's carrying your kids around all day. That's what I want. You know, and that's the story.
Yeah, no, I mean totally, and that's the thing. Like I'm carrying my kids around my hip at the track too, because I do it as a family thing, and it's what we do. We race, and my kids love it, and my wife loves it, and we plan on racing for a really long time.
It's when you love it, man. Adrian's chiming in here, saying, motorsports is very addictive. He's like, I need more of these things in my life.
That's what I say on the daily. It's when you finish one, you're ready to go. You're so tired, but you're ready to basically get on a plane or drive to the next one. It's crazy. It's like when we came home from Vegas, it was literally like we came home, put gas in the motorhome, vacuumed the motorhome, and reloaded it up with food, and off we went to Pomona. And I mean, it's nonstop, and throw a couple jobs in there, and a couple diaper changes and whatnot, but it's all good. I mean, that's what we live for, and I'm very grateful and blessed that I'm able to live my dreams and and to pursue them, because some people don't have the opportunity to do that, and I'm very grateful to be able to do it. So.
Before we drive Blake crazy, what's the best way, or how do you explain to people, like, look, man, the sacrifices that you have to make to juggle all this type of stuff? I mean, it's definitely sleepless nights. I know we were texting at 12:30 at night about different things, and it's nuts. And then you still got to go to work the next morning at 8 a.m. So
yep. If you don't like sleep, you should try living this life, because there's not much to it, but when it comes to sleep. But I mean, it's just I have a drive to be successful, and I won't stop until I consider myself successful. And considering myself successful is race wins and a full-time ride in the NHRA and a top field dragster. So we're getting really close to that, and I'm really excited to see where the future holds. And with things going the way they are, I mean, you never know, that could be 2022. So we'll see.
Well, man, I know all of us here at MP are pulling for you. All the fans and everything that you saw and posted on social media has been going crazy. Like I said, we're hoping for the best for 2022, and keep us posted, man.
Right on. We'll do. Absolutely. Sorry for the crying. She's
had enough.
Yeah, she's had enough. So you guys have a great show, and thank you so much for the support. And everybody keep buying their Volkswagen parts so we can go out there and step on the loud pedal some more.
All right, buddy. Take care of yourself.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. I mean, that was cool. Unexpected little chime-in visit from Cam and whatnot. But as you could tell, the baby was not having it at the moment. So makes the stream very hard to see. But I mean, that's as real as it gets. The guys living the dream and making the sacrifices. So very cool to see. It's also very cool to see so many of you guys chiming in on the regular here. Amber Zint chiming in again, Eric Haley, Ash. I mean, Anthony Guerrero, all these people. So it's just to watch the. As a fan of the sport, you'll see you notice things, right? You notice how interviewers discuss things, how people talk about stuff, how much TV time you get,
right?
Whether what race team does what. And I can tell you as a fan, I'm blown away at the open arm reception that was given to Cameron and Impy and the Peyton family to really showcase what we're trying to build, something magical here.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't really into the NHRA scene, but what this car was capable of doing and what we have been able to accomplish as a team over just 3 short races, and to be as consistent as we were. But then people to find that, hey, the tow vehicle was cool as heck. The shirt coloring was awesome. Cameron's a likable guy. The VW story. I mean, there was so much press every chance we got. it's unbelievable. I mean, millions and millions of views. It's awesome. And you can't completely monetize that, but it was awesome. And I mean, honestly, from me, you know, taking these risks and doing the things that we're doing, I thank each one of you guys that follow along in this story and keep up with the shenanigans that we're doing and watching the things on TV, because that's really what matters most. It's unorthodox at times. People are like, well, what does a VW got to do with, what's Impy got to do with I saw Impy on Fox TV last night. What's that Impy got to do with the Top Fuel Dragster? I was like, but you saw it on Fox Sports. Congratulations. And you knew what Impy was. It wasn't EMPI.
Yep.
You got the gist of it. And then when they come by the trailer and they start telling the story about their cousin or their families or their granddad's bus that they had, and they learned to drive in their mom's convertible or whatever it was, that's what we want. And that's what we want to instill. As a guy that's now been in this industry for a little while, and I'm kind of in that mid-pack age group, you know, I think it's very important that guys my age, as well as the older cats and the up and comers, Amber Zintz, the Ron Flemings, we got to go through and entice and show people that it's still cool to own a V-dub and get them to go out and buy another one, because if we don't, our hobby's going to continue to shrink. So I'm trying to say, look, man, if that guy's cool to endorse it and this guy's working on that, it all makes sense.
Right.
And that's really what we're trying to accomplish with this, with where we're going with the branding and the things that we're trying to do. And it's cool to go off-road you don't need to go buy a $50,000 Can-Am. You can go buy a $500 beater bug, throw some parts at it, and go out and have a damn good time with your friends smashing around. And if you hurt something, it's okay, because it's right out of the catalog. It's not, I got to wait for this unique part. Or,
oh, nice segment.
Yeah, you like how I worked that in there?
I like that.
Yeah, man, we're maybe a little rusty, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
But you kind of get where we're going with this stuff. So I think it's super important and it's impactful for us to just do. I feel like it's our part. I know Amber's here and I see Adrian here and a few others. It's our duty as enthusiasts, as passionate as we are about these cars, as crazy as we are to some people about these cars. It's our duty to entice, encourage, and open the doors to this hobby so that we can continue to sit back when we're 70 years old and say, man, that's cool. This hobby's now grown, not shrunk over the last 20 years or 30 years. It's super important for us. So with that leading in, you guys may have seen some cool new stuff coming down the pipeline. First of it is the new catalog has landed. The new Impy catalog, volume 66, has hit the docks here. So it is jam-packed full of new products, tons of new products. We went new vibe, new style, very color friendly by categories, high quality photos, segments broken down by groups, product grouping. I mean, this thing is really, really good. This has been the I don't want to call it the Achilles heel, but it's been a labor of love here for the better part of a half a year.
Yeah.
Something very difficult to do. With every single one of this thing is done from scratch. We had to start from scratch. So the template, everything is done. So the team did a fantastic job. A big shout out to our team here. Ray, Icy, Eddie, Rick and Jesse, they all chimed in, helping working on different segments and parts and whatnot. But it's here and it's super. I'm just happy this here. And the best part of it is we're able to feature some local guys' vehicles and let them enjoy and embrace and be excited about their cars making the book. I mean, we print 25,000 copies of this thing at this first run. So it's going to go in a lot of hands and for them to share that and see it. And it was pretty cool to see some of the stuff, people getting tagged in it.
Yeah.
At SEMA, dude, my car, I didn't know they were going to do this. It made the cover. That's just one way, small way for us to give back to the community for those that submitted their request in and that were selected. So very cool of these guys. I'm going to check through the comments, guys. Bear with me. So if you guys got questions, get them fired up, get them going through here. We will do everything I can to get through them all. Chris from all the way from Australia. Thanks for chiming in, Chris. Good to see you. By the way, I hope to get down there one day and drive that badass car of yours. Otto, the overland bus is even chiming in. Great to have videos and posts tuned into. Very cool. Thank you very much, man. It does mean a lot to us. We're doing our best. I can tell you now that we got this kind of catalog off our back. I mean, there's still a ton of things to do, but it will free us up a little bit to kind of catch up, clean up some of the old podcasts that we are live and get them back on iTunes for those guys that love the podcast setup. And then all this stuff is going raw straight to YouTube. So you'll hear shenanigans and bleeps and nothing that shouldn't be there. And some of the best outtakes are never taken out. So the old German steel crew in East Texas, love what you guys do, man. Appreciate it, Brian. It means a lot. We love to see this kind of stuff. By the way, if you guys have shows and events and things you want us to see, hell, if it's even a complaint, tag me in it. I mean, I'm available. Tag me in it on Facebook. I'll do my best to kind of get to the bottom of things. I'll look into the issues. I'll rejoice in the triumphs that we come across. But yeah, keep it going. Keep it going. Our very own Leonard Castro chiming in. Very cool to see. VW Life, any new products you could talk about? Pick up a catalog, my brother. We'll get you going. It's the best thing I tell you. There's tons of new products in here. There's new stuff. Many of you guys saw the new carburetor release. We're super excited about that. Super pumped for Jack, JC and whatnot about the new billet carburetor for those high performance hot rod cats. This thing's a full billet construction, 48, 52, and 58 millimeter, all based off the IDA platform. These things are badass. They're making power. They're dyno proven, and these things are going to be awesome. And if you want to differentiate yourself in that cow look lineup or that performance look lineup with your deck lid prop, this is something that's next for you guys. So definitely one of the new products that's really making some waves, man. And super pumped to be a part of it. Eric Johnson saying someone from the San Diego locals will always be watching. Well, we appreciate it, man. I mean, like I said, guys like you, clubs like you, that's where we won't be here without it. And we want to keep enticing you guys to be a part of stuff, and we want to help who can. Lucas already ripping through his catalog. I'm sure he's building his new dream bug and what he's working on. And well, actually, we're going right to it. So we'll go ahead and give you a little taste of it. So this is the new BGD billet carburetor from JC. This thing is built in-house in our Anaheim facility. Many of the new features, and I'll just kind of run down it in no particular order. Obviously, full billet construction. That includes the billet body, billet tops, billet stacks, billet jack deflectors. We have the profile throttle shafts, beautiful butterflies, countersunk screws, the Pro Fuel inlets on the top, -6. Enlarged float bowl, 30% larger float bowl as well. It's got a drain plug in it. So for those guys running different gas, one of the things we're super proud of too is the billet booster. I'm trying to get the better camera angle there. The billet booster in there as well. So it's not a cast booster off of another one. These are billet boosters made in-house. All raw billet finish and then black oxide hardware throughout. So super pumped on these things, man. Some of you guys saw the V8 manifold that we had at SEMA as well, blowing people's minds. What's it be doing with a V8 manifold? Well, it's got 448s on it. It looks pretty badass. And that's really, we're trying to show the versatility of this carburetor. So we already know that this thing, guys are doing downdraft carburetor style on Harleys, your rotaries, your V8s, your mold muscle cars, your Cobras, your Panteras, all these type of things. GT40s, this kind of stuff, that all can be adaptable right here. And we're bringing you something cool, unique, and different that's flowing the CFM you need, and it'll separate yourself from the old stuff. On top of just the ability to get those carburetors right now, or even the parts for those carburetors right now. The stuff we're keeping it, done through our manufacturing. It is all basically IDA EPC based. But we do have our own tips and tricks and things that we're doing to this stuff. And it's readily available. So super stoked on these things. And These things will be shown and featured at PRI. So we're heading to PRI soon here in just a few weeks. I think we're 21 days, 22 days away from PRI. In between that, we have a badass show out of Mexico. We'll be attending the DKW show. I see Alex Thompson chiming in. Alex puts on an amazing show. 300 of the best cars throughout Mexico, all handpicked. These things are the best of the best of the best, and are going to be a beautiful indoor 3-day show. We're going to go down and see some dealers down there in Mexico City, Monterrey, and a few other places. And we're going to be there. We're going to try to do a live stream from Mexico. So stay tuned for that. That'll be on probably a Friday or a Saturday. We're working on the internet and whatnot access to make sure it happens, but we're super pumped on that kind of stuff. So many things going on, man. It's just crazy to try to keep up, Eddie. I don't even know what to say.
Well, yeah, when I was looking at the calendar yesterday, I was like, dude, there's no time to rest. Plus everything else that's on top of all the travel that still needs to be completed. It's insane.
It really is. I mean, the growth that we're working on, and in so many different directions, trying to get the ship right, pointed in the right direction, if you will, to continue to fight the good fight, to deal with the struggles of just logistically getting parts at times.
Yeah. I
mean, I think we got 3 containers on the docks today and 2 waiting to go. So we are striving to just fight to get everything we can do to get everything rolling. So that's this thing I'm super pumped on, man. It's good. I'm great to see it, that it's not a cast product. It's not a this is it's done, and it's done in house. That's what I'm stoked on.
Yep.
I see Pistol Pete McLeod chiming in from Mexico. Boys already down there in Baja getting ready. I did see Tim Sleton earlier on as well. So very cool, guys. I'm pulling for you. I'm with you guys. I'm gonna be watching the score contingency and hoping everything looks good and goes well for you guys down there. And I'm encouraging all of our listeners and fans to buy into something other than the damn media and the news and the negativity, and cheer on some local boys that are going down there to battle the Baja 1000. So very cool. You guys saw the new toys coming out. They're going to land very, very soon. The buses, we talked about that. A little something special coming down the pipeline there. And man, I don't even know where to finish up, Eddie. I mean, we think we pretty much covered some of the stuff that we were trying to accomplish today. And gosh, I'm pumped up. I'm loving where we're at. And like Cam said, we're living a dream, man.
Yeah, it's true.
What'd you guys think of the bus? I mean, from SEMA, the compound built bus that Pitt brought in there for us? I mean, that thing
Porsche
I think
too.
broke the internet there for a bit. The Speedster, the vintage motor cars put together is badass. Yep. And I can't even talk about SEMA without giving the team a congratulations on that. Those guys, the setup is brutal, the logistics, the crunch, the attention to detail. The team here, again, Ray, Eddie, Icy, Adrian, you guys killed it. Yeah, no job was too big or too small, as cliche as that sounds, but you guys handled them all. We pulled together as a team, whether it was laying floors, raising trusses, going to the grocery store to make sure that the team and the executives, everybody had everything covered, that every attention to detail was there, and we hit it out of the park. I'm super happy about that stuff, guys. And I can't wait to show you what we've got scheduled for 2022 and what is potentially going to happen. So very cool. Legendary Michael Durkee chiming in. The man himself, Oaks Chancellor's in the house. Very good to see you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for chiming in. Dude's another living legend. Guys like him enticing guys like me to want to go drag racing, and hopefully enticing the next generation behind that. So very cool. Yeah, we're going to show some we do have some unedited. We have a SEMA video we're going to drop. We have an NHRA video we're going to drop over the next couple of days. Some of the fun stuff that Adrian's kind of alluding to. There's a video of him driving the Class 11 down Las Vegas Boulevard in the middle of the day.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we had some fun
Right
doing that.
on.
He was he's driving my car back to the hotel, and we're like, 'cause there was no way to get the big trailer in there, because the big trailer couldn't fit with what was going on. So we just said, screw it. Just drove it down the strip and went for broke. So very good video coming to that. It'll be fun.
Sick.
Let's see. Tim Sletton chiming in. Thank you for the support. And I really hope so, man. You guys deserve it. You earned it. And Timmy, no one knows, or very few know the amount of work that you put in, the hours you put in, burning the candle. You got to have a business. You're trying to feed the family and pay the bills. And then you're trying to build a race cars and chase dreams that you got opportunities to do. Tip of the cap to you, my boy. I'm very proud of you. And you've come a long way in the last 12 months. So it's very cool to see. Let's see here. Amber Zent 22. That's my year. Kill it. 100% agree with you. Can't wait to see the new products. Jason Zimmerman. Tons of new stuff in that catalog, man. We've added a ton of stuff in the air-cooled line. We've got the water-cooled stuff. We've got JC product line we've added to this. We've got our JP Group dance stuff for the Porsche stuff coming down the pipeline. I mean, we're working diligently on the website almost daily to fix bugs and work on things and improvements, interfaces, and so many more. So just be patient, keep looking almost daily. We're going to drop some new updates on that. Couple other things I want to make sure we touch on. I know some of you guys have been emailing and DMing me and whatnot about sponsorship. Guys, get your proposals in order, in detail. Not, do you want to sponsor us? Do you want to send this? Can you help me with that? Please get the sponsorships proposals ready. Show us what you're going to do in lieu of and what you're seeking, and send them over properly, because we're already working on that stuff for 2022. I'm trying to give you a heads up on it now. We will have a show probably in the next 3 weeks or so dedicated to kind of the final edges and things, to just recap. Again, we had Cameron on before. We're going to do another show very similar to that, where we talk about proposals, recommendations, how to do some stuff. But I suggest you get on it now. Also, if you got shows and events, if you're a promoter, like when Clint Cox is chiming in here, we want to make sure that you guys get us on the calendar early. Thing is already filling up. We're already reviewing 2022 calendar as early as this Thursday. We have a meeting on it. So get involved, please. Get after it early. If you're trying to do something, let us know, and let's get some background behind it, and we're going to go from there as well. I encourage you that if you haven't done some of these shows, like VDub Harvest, like we haven't been able to attend that one from our friends at VDub Life. That's the show that we're really looking to try to attend this year. We heard nothing but great things about it. We're going to have to give up something else to attend that show, but it's something we want to make sure we look at. So, and then obviously the collaboration that we're working with those guys. Those guys want to go racing. They want to go play in the dirt. They want to have some fun. So we're going to help make them make that a reality. And I can't wait to do a full video release or a live stream on that, so we can talk about it in full details. Jason, I'm sure it's going to be coming down the pipeline soon, so let's make it happen. And then the legend herself, Joni Makepeace. Yeah, you'll have to swing by and grab a copy, girl, or we'll mail you one. Other than that, man, that's pretty much what we've got rolling right now. Let's see here. We got Clint Cox talking about that for the show.
Who do we got on next week?
Well, you're beating me to the punch, man. That's my closeout hook.
Sorry, I'm just asking. My bad.
Yeah, appreciate it, Richard. We saw you guys we got the Mint 400 behind that. I mean, it's just nuts. There's just so much craziness going on behind it. Next week's going to be a very, very cool show that Eddie had already spilled the beans on.
I'm asking.
We're super excited. Ron Fleming has been chomping at the bits to come back on the show. He's bringing his little blonde sidekick with him, Amber Zent. They're going to be live in studio next Tuesday. Ron said he's got some call outs he wants to do on some drag racing stuff. He wants to talk about the state of VW drag racing and the local car scene. I know that Amber will contribute a bunch of that stuff, kind of what they're doing on the San Diego locals. But yeah, so again, next Tuesday, 3:00 live, Ron Fleming, the godfather of Cal Look, and Miss San Diego local, Miss Amber Zent herself will be live in studio. We're going to talk VW car show scene, car cruise nights. We're going to talk about VW drag racing, the state of it, the VW scene in Southern California. And I believe Ron's got a few call outs to some drag racers to get them back out on the track. So it's going to be a fun episode. You already know that Ron's going to just be Ron, and that's already good enough to have some fun with. And then a good distraction with our friend Amber. So with that being said, guys, man, I thank you so much for tuning in. Apologize, the voice is fading, so I'm going to cut it a little bit short tonight. But it's been a pleasure. So many cool things going on. But none of this could happen without you guys, the fellow VW enthusiasts, and supporting what we're doing here on the channel, as well as the brand and the company that we live and work for. So thank you guys so much. We'll catch you next week live, 3 o'clock. See ya.